Good morning, students. So in the last session of the chapter 3rd, that is electrochemistry, we have seen the working of the Daniell cell. Now in this session, we will be starting with your cell potential or EMF or cell voltage. We know cell potential or EMF of the cell or the voltage of the cell, it is measured with the help of voltmeter. It is measured with the help of voltmeter. And what is the cell potential or EMF of the cell? It is the potential difference developed between two oppositely charged electrodes. We know that one is cathode, one is anode. One is positively charged, another is negatively charged electrodes. When no current is drawn from the cell, when no current is drawn from the cell. And how do we measure this? So this is the definition, and how do we measure it? With the help of voltmeter. With the help of voltmeter, I can practically measure what is the cell potential. But if I want to theoretically measure it, then E cell, the cell potential, is equal to E cathode, that is the electrode potential of cathode, minus the electrode potential of anode. We can also represent it like this: E red minus E ox, because we know that at cathode reduction takes place and at anode oxidation takes place. So cell potential can be calculated as the difference between the electrode potentials of cathode and the electrode potential of anode. That is E reduction minus E oxidation. That is cell potential. However, if cell potential is measured under standard conditions, Now what do we consider as standard conditions? In the standard conditions, we consider 1 bar pressure, 298 Kelvin temperature and 1 m concentration. If I take all these three conditions, that the pressure is 1 bar, temperature is 298 Kelvin and the concentration of the solution in the two half cells is 1 m, that is 1 mole per liter. These are called as standard conditions. And the cell potential is called, standard cell potential. Standard cell potential. And how we represent the standard cell potential? E naught cell. This is standard cell potential. I can just write it here. It is represented by the symbol E naught. So of course you remember, whenever we put this naught, it means standard. So E naught cell is the standard cell potential, and theoretically speaking, what is the formula? E naught cell is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. That is standard electrode potential of cathode minus standard electrode potential of anode. So you must remember, E cathode are the electrode potential of cathode. What is E cathode? Electrode potential of whatever element is acting as a cathode. And E anode is electrode potential of anode. Electrode potential of anode. Similarly, what will be E naught cathode? Standard electrode potential of cathode, and E naught anode, the standard electrode potential of anode. Now whenever I want to theoretically calculate E naught cell, with the help of voltmeter I can find it out practically. But theoretically speaking, if I have to calculate, I must know how to find out, I must know the values in fact of these electrode potentials. standard electrode potential of cathode and standard electrode potential of anode. So first, now let us understand what do we mean by standard electrode potentials. So let us start now with, we have done with cell potential. To calculate cell potential, we must understand what is standard electrode potential. We will start with our topic, standard electrode potentials. Standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential, the general symbol to represent is E naught Mn positive slash M. This is the symbol to represent the standard electrode potential. Now what it is and how to calculate the value of standard electrode potential, we will do it in this topic. Now let us just see what do we mean by it. I consider, suppose, a rod of metal M. Suppose a rod of metal M is dipped into its salt solution containing Mn positive ions. Right? Let us just see. I consider this is a rod of metal M dipped in the salt solution, and in fact we can write dipped into its aqueous salt solution containing Mn positive ions. So this is the aqueous solution containing Mn positive ions. I am just giving you an example. I have just taken the general symbol for all the metals as M. It can be any metal. I can just give you an example. Suppose I consider this is a zinc rod dipped in zinc ions. Of course, please don't consider that only zinc ions will be there. Anions will be there. It may be zinc sulfate, it may be zinc nitrate. We are not concerned what anion it should be. It can be any. Similarly, if I take nickel, it can be dipped in nickel ions. Nickel ions, that means it can be nickel sulfate, it can be nickel chloride, any sort of nickel it can be. So we are not concerned with the anion, but the metal ion which should be present should be same as the metal. So we consider a rod of metal M is dipped in the solution of its ions. When I do it, there are two possibilities. Two things can happen, right? So when it is dipped, two possibilities are there. Let us see what are the two possibilities. First possibility, metal has the tendency to undergo oxidation. First possibility is the metal has the tendency to undergo oxidation. So let me write the oxidation reaction. M will change into Mn positive plus N electrons. So what will happen? This is your rod of metal M. It will change into Mn positive. Mn positive will go in the solution, leaving the electrons on the rod. So rod will become negatively charged and the solution will become positively charged. Again I am repeating, M is oxidized because we have considered the first possibility that it has the tendency to undergo oxidation. Oxidation means loss of electron. So metal M will lose the electron which will remain on the rod and it will go into the solution as Mn positive ions. Mn positive ions, you can just see it is Mn positive ions. The concentration of positive ions will increase. Negative, jitne pehle the utne hi, same amount. So solution will become positively charged and rod will become negatively charged. The potential difference developed between negatively charged rod, negatively charged rod and positively charged solution is called oxidation potential. Is called oxidation potential, or sometimes also as oxidation half cell potential. Why we call it oxidation half cell potential? Because this is a half cell. Complete cell consists of 2 electrodes. Oxidation on one, reduction on one. Here only oxidation we are concerned. So I can call it oxidation half cell potential, or simply oxidation potential, represented by EOX. And we know that oxidation takes place at anode, so I can also represent it by EOX or E anode. And under standard conditions, if we are measuring, you know, under standard conditions, what are the standard conditions? 1 bar pressure, 298 Kelvin temperature and 1 m concentration. I will put a knot here. So it will be E naught ox or E naught M. So this is your oxidation potential. Now we are coming to the second possibility. Second possibility. This is a rod of metal M dipped in the solution of its ions, Mn positive, salt solution acts. First is metal has the tendency to undergo oxidation. Second is metal may have the tendency to undergo reduction. Has the tendency to undergo reduction. Both the possibilities are there. Maybe oxidation or maybe reduction. Both are there. So I can write reduction means Mn positive will gain electrons, convert into M. Now where are Mn positive? In the solution. So Mn positive will take electrons from the rod and will go to the rod and deposit as M. So Mn positive ion concentration in the solution will decrease. Positive ions will decrease. The solution will become negatively charged. And it is taking the electrons from the rod. So on the rod, electrons will decrease. The rod will become, this will become negatively charged because ions are decreasing. And the rod, it is taking the electrons, so amount of electrons on rod will decrease, so rod will become positively charged. Again I am repeating, what is happening? Mn positive is depositing on the rod as M. So from solution, positive ions are decreasing. So solution will become negatively charged. And Mn positive is taking electrons from the rod and converting into M. On the rod, electrons decrease. So electrons decrease means rod will become positively charged. And the potential difference developed between positively charged rod and negatively charged solution is called reduction potential. This was called oxidation potential, this is called reduction potential, represented by E reduction. And you know that reduction takes place at cathode, so we can also represent by E cathode. And under standard conditions, you know the standard conditions, it will be called standard reduction potential, represented by E naught reduction or E naught cathode. So this is, we have seen what do you mean by electrode potentials. Now see one important thing. If you notice this reaction, this is the oxidation reaction, and this. Can you see what is the relationship between these two reactions? Just see. M is the reactant. Here, M is the product. Here Mn positive plus N electrons are the product. Here Mn positive, N electrons are the reactant. The two reactions are reverse of each other. You can clearly see. The two reactions are reverse of each other. What does this mean? For a particular metal, E naught oxidation, E naught reduction, they are equal but with the opposite sign. Again I am repeating. You can see these two are just reverse of each other. So their standard electrode potentials or their electrode potentials are also reverse of each other. What do you mean by reverse? The magnitude is same but the sign will be opposite. So we can just write down that for a particular metal, the oxidation potential, reduction potential or E naught ox, E naught reduction are equal but with the opposite sign. Therefore, for a particular metal, E naught reduction and E naught oxidation are same but with opposite sign. Let us take an example. If I tell you, if the reduction potential for zinc is equal to minus 0.76 volt, and I ask you what will be the oxidation potential for zinc, it will be plus 0.76 volt. You can just see the values are equal, the sign is opposite. Same way, if I say if the reduction potential of copper is equal to plus 0.34 volt, then the oxidation potential will be, these I am writing the values for standard values because they are done under standard conditions, so all are standard. For copper will be minus 0.34 volt. So you can see that both the things are equal. The standard oxidation potential is equal to standard reduction potential for a particular metal with opposite sign. Now because of this, a lot of confusion is there. For a particular metal, one should learn the reduction potential or the oxidation potential, and there will be always a confusion. The positive will come in oxidation potential or in reduction potential. So arbitrarily, it was decided by the scientists that for every element we will be learning and we will be calculating only the standard reduction potentials, not the oxidation. So whatever we will be dealing with now is only standard reduction potential. Because I know if anybody asks me the oxidation potential, I have to just reverse the sign and tell you. So now arbitrarily the scientists have considered that the standard reduction potentials will be called as the standard electrode potentials, and whatever formulas we will be using only the standard reduction potentials as the standard electrode potential and not the oxidation potential. So the standard reduction potentials for all elements are considered as standard electrode potentials. This is important, you must know. The oxidation potential values are not considered, but the reduction potential values are considered as standard electrode potentials and represented by E naught Mn positive N. Example, I want to represent for zinc, it will be E naught Zn plus 2 Zn. I want to represent it for silver, it will be E naught Ag positive plus ion slash Ag. For lead I want to represent, so it will be E naught Pb plus 2 ion and then slash lead. This is your standard electrode potentials. So in this session we have seen what do you mean by cell potential, standard cell potential, electrode potential and the standard electrode potential. In the next session we will do how to calculate these standard electrode potentials. Thank you.